Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday, you guys. We're gonna give it a minute for everyone to be popping on here.
Hey!
She's real, you guys. She's a real girl.
Hey, guys!
Hello, everyone. Perfect.
Hi, guys. I'm so happy to be back.
Hello, Kansas. They're all telling us where they're watching from. So we got Chicago, Texas,
yay.
Kansas. I know.
From
Craziness.
Kansas. Oh, my goodness. Got to get this light not right in my face. Okay. My comments need to hide. I can't see anything.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
That's okay.
Bahamas? No freaking way.
Bahamas?
Arkansas. Yes, I want to
Like,
be
you
there.
live there? How do we make that happen for our
I know. Upstate New York and Miami. Thank you, East Coast. I know it's a little bit late. Phoenix. Yes. California. We should cheers. Ready?
Cheers.
One.
Two cheers.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers! Okay, I have to decorate tonight, so this is my one and only glass of wine.
I am, if you guys haven't been following on my page, I haven't posted too much of it, but the past few days, we are redoing my entire cookie room studio.
It's looking so cute.
Like, I was power tooling it before here, so I still have coffee because I gotta stay awake and reassemble that so I can get back to work tomorrow.
Lame.
I know, craziness, but yes. Well, thank you guys so much for all joining Charlotte, North Carolina. We really appreciate you guys being here, and I think it's much needed. But I mean, last week we had a phenomenal episode with Miss Molly, and I know we missed Melissa, but did you get a chance to rewatch our live?
Me?
Yes.
Heck yeah, girl, I was watching on vacay. Yes, of course I did. Of course I did. It was so informative. She's just wonderful. She's such a light and so like a champion, I feel like, for making all of it not so scary.
Right,
you know?
right. Hello, Miss Molly. She's on here.
Hi,
A wonderful
Molly.
lady friend.
Yay!
What did you find? Because you weren't live with us. Was there anything that you learned from it that you didn't already know?
I feel like my brain is spinning just from like what I saw live, but also just like you and I's phone calls.
Yeah.
I feel like every time you got off the phone with Molly, you're like, oh my gosh, did you know about this?
Right.
What did you say for this? I'm so like, this is so interesting. And so it all like runs together of like, what was the live versus this?
Mhm.
But I think one of the biggest things that you guys talked about it on the live, but you and I have also talked about this. And you're like, Melissa, you need to get on this. And I'm going to. So for me, I track all of my stuff just because when you're first starting out, you're so bootleg, you know, with it. And now it's just like, I've never taken the time to do anything else with it. I track all of my stuff on Excel. Like I have a credit card, I have a bank account, but I just go through like every few weeks and update it manually. I am so going to get on the QuickBooks thing. It's so cheap for what you get with it.
Yes. I was blown away from the responses coming in that week on how many people track on Excel. And I'm like, just like, you guys take a picture of it and Excel does all the legwork for you.
I know. So that's definitely going to be on my list to do.
Look good.
Once these kids are back in school. Can that happen yet?
So many schools went back this week in Arizona. I'm doing my cookie samples for back to school tomorrow. My kids go back in a week. And I polled everyone, and so many people were saying, that their kids are back. I'm like, this is way too soon. We cannot be back yet.
Crazy. Is your
QuickBooks Excel is amazing, but QuickBooks makes it even.
Oh, yes. I know, Molly. I'm gonna get on it.
I'm in a new location tonight, and I even have a blanket because, again, we're doing the cookie room. But this is my husband's chair, and he has, like, a footrest. Like, I can sit cross-legged. He's got such a fancy chair. So if you hear it, I'm, like, moving around because I'm not used to this.
One of the hotel rooms we were in had the noisiest leather chair, and I literally couldn't sit in it without laughing. Every single move.
Yes, that's why I feel like you guys are going to keep hearing me like swoosh because I don't want to like adjust his chair. It's like I feel like when you're driving, but speaking of vacation, did you have fun? I know we have so much to get to, but
We had a blast. I'm now in like the the vacation hangover, you know, where it's like, oh Lord, there's so much to do and I'm so exhausted. And it was just so much sun. Do I look tan?
You look amazingly tan. And I live in the Sunshine State and I am nowhere close to that tan. So
yeah, so it was a blast, and we got some one-on-one time with our youngest, and our oldest got one-on-one time. Hi, Ashley.
Yes.
And our oldest got one-on-one time with her grandparent, or with my parents, her grandparents. So it was really fun. It was really fun. But yeah, there's only so much like non-routine that my personality can take before I'm like, okay, this is enough. I need routine.
Yeah. Same way. Same girl. Well, then this is the perfect transition to get you back into like work mode.
Yes.
And it's an easy one. So, yeah. Do you want to go over our agenda for tonight? I know it's a lot more relaxed, but you guys, we're so excited just to be here with you and just spending our Wednesday.
This is literally like, I mean, I love coaching and doing all of the teaching and like talking to you guys about all that stuff, but like Chelsea probably more so puts those agendas together, and I'm like, let's just have
let's chit chat. This is like happy hour, guys. Yes, tell us what you're drinking. If you're drinking something, even if it's coffee, let us know.
Yay! So we are literally going to just have an awesome hour of just sharing stories. We asked you guys some questions earlier in the week and had you guys send us some stories. There are some doozies. So we're going to share some of those. This is interactive. So you guys in the comments, share Diet Dr. Pepper. That's a good one.
Yes.
It's been forever since I've had that. But yeah, so you guys comment as we're telling some of these stories and sharing some of them. If you guys have additional ones, you can always hit the little down by comments. There's a little question.
Sangria.
In the comments. Yes, please. Is that the person that's like in an island somewhere?
I hope you're the one that lives in the Bahamas. Bahamas and sangria. Thanks for joining us.
So our three kind of like main things that we asked this week that we're going to start off with. Should I get my black crown?
Yes.
Yeah. So our three main things. We said, what are some of your biggest baking fails? What are your biggest customer pet peeves? And what is a regret purchase? So we know a lot of times, like there's so much to purchase out in this cookie and baking world, and there's so many gadgets. So there's definitely times that we're like, oh, why did I do that?
Yes. Oh yeah, guys.
Yes. And at the end, you guys, we are so excited to take some live questions from you guys, whether it's questions about us or you want to tell us one of your stories. You can either hit when it's time. If you do it now and then you leave, like then we won't get to like see. So at the top where you see the live and you see a little like down arrow, if you click it down, you can request to join when we tell you it's time.
Perfect.
So that's how, and you won't go live immediately. We will send you the request and you get a moment to be like, okay, I'm ready. So I think it's fair for us to kick it off with our biggest baking blunders, we'll call
it. Oh gosh.
So, okay, I will share mine. Oh golly. I'm going to steer away from my customer fiasco.
Yes.
Because that's a long story. But we'll come back to that again one day. Okay, so I have kind of two. One of them was the classic, like, I overpromised something. It was at the very beginning, and somebody asked if I could do this fondant cake. And I'm like, I've been learning everything on YouTube and figuring it out. Of course I could figure that out. Fondant is no joke. And this is why, to this day, I do not do fondant cakes because they are terrifying. And they are just so tricky. So it was literally an all-nighter, and I don't even know if she ended up using that cake.
Oh my gosh.
It was rough. But my other one is also cake related. So when I'm baking my cake layers, I always put a parchment round in the bottom. That's what you do. And so as soon as I take them out of the oven, I put a knife around the edge, and that's how they pop out really easily. And then I saran wrap them and put them in the freezer. That's what makes them really nice and moist. So then when you go to assemble the cake, well, you got to remember to take your parchment paper off as you're assembling your layers. One time, I got to the end and I was like, did I forget one of the parchment papers? I couldn't remember if I had forgotten to take one off. I had to disassemble the entire cake and like search for it, because all I could imagine was them cutting it and there being like paper.
Like creak, creak.
So
like,
ever since, you know, on like the doctor shows when they're counting the rags after
Yes.
they've done surgery? That's what I
you're like, this is the parchment pile.
Counting them, making sure I got them all.
See, this is why I just steer clear of cakes. They just terrify me.
All of my blunders are cake related. Cookies
Yes.
are fixable.
Well, yeah, and they're easily, not easily, but kind of easier than cakes. That's for sure.
They are. They are.
That's for sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Chelsea, what's yours?
Trying to think of this, because over the course, there's definitely been like, why did I do those? I agree with you as far as the over-promising or thinking that you can handle so much. I will have to say one of my big ones, and it was in the beginning of, I worked full-time in corporate America and then was like cookie decorator at night, 2-3 hours of sleep, ordeal. And I have a planner. I've gotten better at this, and this is why I've gotten way better at taking my orders. So I was doing orders again. At that moment, I did not take as many as I have now.
Right.
I would cry if this happened now. I cried then, but let's be real. Anyways, so I had a customer text me and just ask on like, hey, instead of putting like my daughter's name, can I put X, Y, and Z? And I'm sure you all know that you have in your mind, like, oh, okay, I know this theme is coming up. And I was like, I feel like that theme is like right around the corner. Let me notate it. So I go to pull up and I was like, that theme's this week. How did I miss this order? So I start frantically looking. Nope. My pages in my planner stuck. And I got my days mixed up on it. Like I didn't even think to look. And so I had baked my orders for the week ahead, and I had 2 days to bake, decorate, flood, everything. And
oh no,
I remember I cried at the time, and it was probably like 6 or 7 dozen, but still in the very beginning I was like, this is so much.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I had to, and I didn't know about freezing and heat sealing.
Oh no, did you throw them away?
Yeah, I had nothing I didn't throw them away, I should say. I took them to work with me, and I was like, yo, you guys enjoy. But I didn't know that I could have like heat sealed them or any of that. So I was just like, well, time to start over. So yeah, that was like a stab in the heart.
I feel like you hear this across the board. The worst fear, I mean, that's on the good side, right? Because the worst fear is that somebody like comes to the door expecting the cookies. And
I will share, I had one of my sweet customers, and I'm sure if she's watching this, she would not mind me sharing, not using her name. She had texted me the week of 4th of July, because I did have customs that week. And she texted me saying, here, do you want me to come up to the door? And I was like, all my orders are picked up for the week. And I was like, can I ask who this is? And she gave me her name. And then I panicked because I was like, your order is next week. So I called her and I was like, your custom order is next week. Do I have the date wrong? She's like, oh no, I'm here for 4th of July. I was like, that pickup is tomorrow. But the heart attack,
oh my God, I know.
I could not breathe.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, I know. It's terrifying. That's why, like, I don't write down. I keep stuff in my phone. Because that way.
Oh, you are a phone person. Okay.
Yes, I'm an electronic person. Just like it backs up to the cloud. And my other thing is with being part-time and with like the little kids that are still like, I'm just always all over the place. So I do stuff all throughout the day. If like they're playing nicely together for a moment, and I'm gonna like look at something on my phone. Like I just don't. Once they are in school, like full time, I've got one more year of preschool, and then they'll be in school full time. And I so look forward to being like, okay, Monday is my bookkeeping day, and Tuesday is my bake day. Like, oh, that's gonna be nice. Right now, it's just like fly by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, I am a total. I write everything down. I don't like digital.
Yeah,
and I have like notepads. I'm looking at one right now that I leave in random places. So when something pops in my mind, I can just like jot it down. But no, my book is like my Bible. I was like, no one touched this planner. So,
Jack's cookie jar. I see that you said that you did a cake once and it started caving, so you don't do them anymore. Girl, I get it. I say girl. I just assumed. Sorry, I don't mean to assume. No, I get why people don't do cakes. They are terrifying. As I say, they are living things.
Yes, that is a very good way to explain them.
And cookies are, they are more stable. So
true.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So
some stories.
We want to share some of the stories that came in. Okay. This is I'm going to start off with the favorite. I laughed out loud when I saw this. Okay.
I did not believe this at first.
We have kept all of these ones that you guys sent in anonymous. Mm-hmm. So one baker wrote in and said that as she was decorating a cake, she had her window open in her kitchen. Guys, a squirrel hopped into the kitchen and started eating the cake.
Like, I wish that was caught on camera. Could you imagine?
Oh, I cannot even. Like, what do you do? How do you tell a customer that? That's like, I'm sorry, but that's like the dog ate. Nobody's going to believe that. Nobody's going to believe that story.
No, I feel like I need photo evidence of this. Like, oh my goodness.
I want to try and recreate it. I want to try and recreate it for a reel.
Just leave a cake in the windowsill. See how lucky you get. Oh my gosh, I'd be like the nanny cam babysitting the cake. That would be the best. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Okay, Chelsea, what's the next one? I feel like this one we can all relate to.
Oh my gosh. I think we've all done this. And if you have done this, let us know below. Not this exact, but if you've spelled something wrong.
Yeah.
So somebody had done a 30th birthday set. And they staged it, everything, and they sent the picture to the customer for them to see. And the customer pointed out that they spelled 30 wrong. So they spelled it THIRHTY.
So it's thirsty.
Thirsty, not thirsty.
We just
but almost
make that a thing.
Right?
Thirsty.
Yes, I think we've all spelled something wrong, a name wrong. It's the worst.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, being completely honest, my own baby shower, when my first was being born, spelled my son's name wrong on everything. So
this is why I copy and paste into order forms, into like my font stuff that I do. I copy and paste everything. And like, if it's spelled wrong, it's because you gave it to me spelled incorrectly.
Mine autocorrects it sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah. The app I use for fonts. And so I have to like toggle back and forth and like letter by letter. So it's hard for me now when I see people's names to like look at it as a whole, because I look at it so like letter by letter.
Yes. That's interesting.
I spell express for brief. Oh my goodness. That is, yes.
That's an understandable one though. What was the cookie that you were spelling that? Like, what was the theme for that?
I'm going to guess wedding or anniversary.
Let's guess. Let's all guess. Breathe.
Wedding anniversary. I'm going to go with that category.
Just breathe.
I put 2 L's on beautiful ones, and I didn't notice till like a week after I posted. Oh my.
It's so sweet that like your customer never even said anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I've spelled things wrong and noticed it in pictures.
Oh, like for lungs. That makes sense.
Mm.
That's like on the nose. We were going like abstract.
Right. I was like, you're such a breath of fresh air, or like, you take my breath away.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's straight up things that breathe.
Definitely.
Okay. So, let's see. We'll do maybe one more and then move on to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why not?
That works.
Do you want to do the last like extreme one? I feel like it needs to be shared.
This needs to be shared. I never saw this one coming, guys. No. So somebody wrote in saying that they were flooding cookies and they started to notice the trays that were drying had like these little bubbles, like air bubbles almost. but they said it looked wet. Like, you know, I envisioned when I was reading this, like a water bottle, the mister, like that type. She could not figure out where this was coming from. And then she found out. You guys, it was the flies landing on the cookies, and it was fly spit. Like,
how are we going to top these on Next Wine Wednesday?
You guys, you need to send it. We're just like, I bless her.
Guaranteed, like, yours won't be as big blunders as some of these.
She's like, I am now the queen of making sure the doors closed, making sure the windows closed. There's no flies in the house. I'm dead.
I'm so curious as to how she actually figured that out. Like, you must have seen the fly then, like, actually land on it and see, like, the spit.
I feel like that's like some backyardigan stuff. Like, going on a little mission to find the fly.
So gross.
I can know. But yeah, that one I was hunched over laughing. Because, how do you figure? See, we're on this. I mean, maybe we'll do a follow-up and I have a hair. Follow-up and ask her.
Do flies spit?
How? Like, we need more details on this. So next week we will follow up with this one. Yes. We'll look back around. I cannot. Oh, jeez. All right.
Okay. All right. So those are our baking blunders. If you guys have ones to share, pop on at the end because we would love to hear more of this.
Certainly.
Shoot us like the live request to join. Okay. So this is one of my favorites. Is customer pet peeves.
Oh, goodness.
Y'all. I will share mine. I am a Southern lady. I was born in Base, Texas. Use your manners. I don't care if you think I'm a brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you think I'm a machine. Hello is a nice way to start. Mm-hmm. And all of the prices are listed on the website. You don't just like go to somebody on Instagram and just say like, how much? Or like, next Tuesday cookies? Like, no, that's just animals.
No, thank you. No, please, thank you. We're going back to the beginning.
No. So, the rude, and I get like, things can be misconstrued through text and email sometimes, but it's like,
yes.
Yeah, just, yes, thank you. I'll go Rico. How do we say it?
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Just a one word thing. It's like, what? No.
Yes.
Like, hello, love your stuff. Like, you'll get so much farther because then if you tell me, and if I really love your theme, but maybe I'm booked, then I might make a slot open for you.
It is. Yes. Kindness, kill them with kindness. It always goes a long way.
Kindness will get you so much further.
Yes.
Okay. Chelsea, what's yours?
I will have to say mine is definitely changed over the years, but more recently because I deal with so many customers in a week, like physical people, meaning like 8 to 17 people I'm coordinating with. And this happens a lot at holidays, which I will work with you person. So I'm going to say it and then I'm going to backtrack and catch myself up.
Yeah.
When people don't pick up their order. But life happens, and I always approach it that way, and I try and tell people who DM me asking for help on this, you have to be gracious, offer grace to people. Things happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will text me and say I'm stuck in traffic or my child got sick. I'm going to work with you. If you communicate, I'm good. My pet peeve is more when they just don't show up and I have to chase them down. And they'll say either just not respond for a day or two, and then I'm left holding this order, or like, sorry, I decided to go to the movies instead. So I'll just pick up in the next few days. I'll text you.
It's again the rudeness factor. It's like you're not a brick and mortar. This is also your home. You also can't come at like 10 p.m. Like that's also.
I've had somebody do that one time. I had somebody show up one time at 10:30 at night.
No.
I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Terrified us. Woke us up from dead sleep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Ugh.
So I would say that is my pet peeve, when it's not like just happening, or they're very gracious. A lot of people be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I got the kids home and it was just chaos. Again, that doesn't bother me. It's the just ghosting at pickup.
Right.
Is mine. But we had some good ones. So do you want to pick some to share?
Yeah. I mean, I think kind of to your point, like the whole ghosting thing, but I think this was more so related to like if you give somebody a quote, if you're in like discussions with them about an order, and then all of a sudden they just like go dark. Mine's when people don't let me know that they're coming. Yeah.
Yes.
That's also a good one.
Yeah, I changed that in my policy.
Yeah. But yeah, and so I get that. It depends on how far along in the process you're at. I think I don't care if like I give somebody a quote and they don't get back to me. I'm also very upfront about what to expect on my pricing. So I feel like if people are going to reach out to me for a quote, I don't think that they're going to be like freaked out by the pricing, because I changed that this time around. I didn't used to do that. But I'm very upfront of like, this is about how much they generally are. Right. So they know at least coming in. But my thought is, if you send them a quote and they don't get back to you, two things, I think. Send them a follow-up and say, hey, I just want to make sure that this came through. Sometimes stuff gets stuck in spam. I do have somebody else on the waiting list. I am first come, first serve. I would love to help you with your order, but I need to let the next person in line know within the next 24 hours or something like that. So then it kind of nudges. And even if you don't have somebody else in line, like still like it still nudges.
Sell it.
Politely, but still like firmly.
Yeah.
And then if you don't hear back, then ghosting is so much more popular in today's culture, I think. I think people ghost in dating and they just don't want the confrontation. Like, we've lost the personal, like, person-to-person thing. It's just everybody's behind a screen. So it's way easier to ghost without a problem. Right. But you know what? Then it just opens you up to, like, take a last-minute order that week or do a pop-up or whatever. So that's my opinion on ghosting.
Yeah, and I feel like that was a really big one. I definitely know we touched on it. A huge one for you guys was opening up the DMs to how much, or the interpersonal. So we kind of hit on that one. But one I kind of thought was funny was that somebody said they had a customer come pick up an order and ask to use their restroom.
Yes.
So,
again,
they're like,
you're not freaking orders, people.
Yes. No, I had somebody ask if they could come take a tour of my house because they wanted to know if I was interested in selling. I was like, no. So I felt her on that one, but I thought that was funny. But definitely, you guys all seem to have very similar pet peeves, which is funny because we all kind of fall into that category. But is there any others that caught your eye? Or I think that, like we said, they all kind of fell into.
I think they all, it's like the people being rude, people asking for last minute stuff. I've had that happen to you also at the bathroom. So funny. If it's like a repeat customer that I know, like I have some customers who I've become friends with, and so like I bring them in to see the cookie room, and like, so, but if it's just, no. It's like the typical things, but those are like the bathroom.
I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh gosh, girl, I feel you.
Overly picky. Oh, that's another one of mine. Is I've had people straight up send me exact sketches of what needs to happen. And I'm like,
Do you feel like there's a category that kind of happens with? Meaning like a theme set? Is it like a wedding, baby showers? Like, do you notice a trend in that?
I think it's just a type of person. I think it's just, I think it's more so people who are just, they're generally people who are really good at throwing events a lot of times. And type A. And they just have a very specific vision.
Mhm.
It doesn't happen to me so much anymore. Maybe because I don't know, maybe my style has like evolved a little bit to where it's like more specific, so they know
Yes.
kind of like what they're getting. But yeah, I don't like this.
Yes. The colors, people when they're very specific on colors, because as we know, like frosting develops, then I start to panic the
I
whole
left
time.
it when you
I'm like,
told me one time. What was it? You were like, I'm not a paint store. I'm not Sherwin-Williams. You don't just plug something in.
because somebody one time sent me Pantone colors, and if you don't know what that is, it is like every color has a code. So for digital printing or digital marketing, anything like that, you know, because here's a perfect example. We'll all get like, they'll send us a picture in the blue. You're like, is that royal blue? Is that navy blue? Is it this? It is the specific code.
It's
So
like
you,
EIN number for
it is
color.
for the color. Yes. So then if I send you this code, you know exactly what color that is. And somebody sent me all of their colors, but in the Pantones. I'm like, what are these colors? And they sent it over to me, and I was like, I don't type it into a computer. I hand mix this. And they're like, well, is there any way that you can?
$1 million idea, Chelsea.
Right? Oh my gosh, could you imagine a machine that would just like, you type in the color and it's like perfect combo color? My goodness, that would be the real lifesaver. It's like the cookie printers that are huge right now.
Yes.
Like you put your cookie in and it prints.
Yes, they're okay. We're copywriting this right now.
Yeah,
okay? Nobody else.
Cookie chat copyright. Oh
The
my
cookie
goodness.
chat owns the rights to the color
Cookie
printer,
color
I
wheel.
think.
That's what I'm gonna call it. Don't steal that, or I'm gonna come after one of you guys. All right, so I have customers messaging me at all hours of the night, and I don't know what makes them think to order at 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, those are the interesting ones. You're like, what were you doing?
Yeah, that's the insomnia nights.
Yes, I wouldn't mind that if you truly understood it. Anything abstract I could do. Yep. Why isn't there an icing color mixer like there is for? See, yeah, like at Home Depot.
It's ours. We're copywriting.
Yes, that is exactly what they had sent. And I was like, I don't know what 55592 is. Could you send me that color?
Yeah.
Yeah, me writing to a patent attorney right now.
Don't you take it.
Right.
Don't you take it.
Who's an attorney on here? Just kidding.
Or, okay, between 35 people, if we all put in X amount, this is our seed round.
Right, we could develop this. Oh my goodness. That would be the most amazing thing. Like you just pour your royal icing in the color and it spins it and it's like, here's blood consistency. Oh gosh. But
yeah, like soft serve machine.
Yes. All right. So we got so much. I'm sorry, you guys. We told you this every single time. Listen, I will just like chat your ears off.
I know.
But,
we only have an hour, and I really want to see some of you guys live.
Yes. All right. So your regret purchase. My husband's a patent attorney. We need you.
What? Who's a patent? Yes. Okay, guys, this is happening.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Watch, it's gonna be like our first like merch launch is the cookie color wheel.
Yes, the t-shirts.
Right. All right. What is your regret? Because no one would regret purchasing that. What is your regret of purchase?
Mine?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, and some people said airbrush. I know I'm skipping ahead. Some people did say airbrush. We'll come back to that. Mine is a little bit related to that. My husband's like, yeah, we're making money on that.
What's up?
He's like, more ways to make money? How?
There are no ways to be like, Chelsea wants to get off the phone. Stop.
But okay, so mine is with the, like, I don't regret the airbrush, but I roll my cookies really thick, like thicker than most. Mine are like a half inch.
Girl.
I know. I like a really, really thick cookie. And
that's what she said.
I think everybody does it. I think everybody does it to their personal taste levels.
Yeah.
So I like more cookie flavor, and royal icing is just so sweet that for me it needs like a really thick cookie base. So anyway, so all of the like the airbrush stencil things, I could never find one that was tall enough. I literally have bought like every stencil holder on the market, and I've like all of them. The one thing that I do love now is the three sweet chicks, the silk screen.
Oh yes, yes. I don't have that yet. I want to get one.
It's good. And I was just like making my own silk screen. I just bought it really cheap online and just laid it over it.
Yeah.
But again, I've never found a stencil holder that actually works for me. So I just have to be really, really gentle. But I don't airbrush that much at all.
You need the magnet.
Night snowflakes for my frozen beach theme.
Have you seen the magnets?
Yeah, no, none of that works.
No, you stack them.
Oh.
So like you make it as tall as you need, and then you just clip it.
Maybe
for that reason.
Again, the thing with the airbrush, it just feels like this is all very time consuming.
Yes.
Yes. The airbrush is very time consuming. Yes, silkscreen is, if you are on here and if you already airbrush and don't use the silkscreen, get on the silkscreen. And if you're afraid of airbrushing, my biggest advice to everybody is it takes a lot of practice, but silkscreen helps tremendously.
I just got the cookie countess. I don't know if it is the silkscreen, but it's the circular like wire thing that you put over the stencil so that it helps it not bleed.
Yes.
My husband 3D printed me a taller stencil holder. Okay, well, Lemon Tree Bakery, start selling that.
Hello.
There you go.
Yes. The silkscreen, you guys, if you haven't done that yet, it just helps it. So Sweetie's Bakery. So the silkscreen has it's got tiny, tiny, tiny little holes. So it basically, you lay it, you put your stencil on top of the dried cookie, and then you put your silkscreen on top of that, and then you airbrush. And so it helps make the airbrush just really, really crisp and fine.
Okay, so it is. That's what I got from the cookie countess. They just came out with one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a huge game changer. But yeah, a lot of people did say airbrush. And I think it's because they're intimidated. For me, it's just like, now that I have a room and more table, I can have it out, but it was just a hassle to get it out every time. And there's no going back. Like once you airbrush, if you mess it up, it's very difficult to fix an airbrush issue.
And I airbrush all the time. Like I could not live. I have 2 airbrushes and I have 4 airbrush guns because every set I have requires airbrush.
Honestly, I get having multiple airbrush.
Yeah.
Multiple airbrush guns. Because that's the issue. It's like you have to clean them out every single time.
I should do a video on this.
What?
I need to do a reel or a live on like how to airbrush in my office because I have to clean it as I go. Yeah, so
just annoying, Chelsea.
It's a lot of work, but I just like it falls into the realm of the style that I kind of like fell into that so many people have loved.
True. That's true. And my style just doesn't call for it as much. My style is more of like, I'd rather watercolor and like paint.
And I'm getting more into watercolor. So I feel like for anybody who's maybe starting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love those. Those are my favorite. You just kind of evolve and fall into your style. So like some people just are always wet on wet, which I admire. I love those.
Yeah.
Some are the watercolors. So yeah, it really falls into what, but I could not imagine not having my airbrush machine. Another thing I could not imagine having that was on our list that people regretted purchasing was a dehydrator.
I know. Does anybody here have that as a regret?
Let us know.
If so, how much would you like to sell yours for?
Right. And just ship it to us because do you use your dehydrator all the time?
I do. Every single set I do. I feel like it makes the icing shinier.
It does, yes.
And I don't do the volume that you do. So I usually am working with like at most, well, it fluctuates depending on how much preschool we have going on. But I'll do like 2 to 3 sets a week. So I can have yours. Okay, I will send you my
Jibs! Just kidding.
I'll take another one. Yes, please.
No, Justine, you can't regret yours.
But yeah, so I will do an entire set in one sitting. And so it helps like that stuff dry. I'm also like a huge proponent of don't let your cookie all the way dry if you want to keep the next layer super puffy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
it helps you be able to do the next layer really fast and be able to keep the puff and prevent craters.
That's true. Yes. Yeah, it is. The fan does work. And when I'm doing like a large volume of cookies,
Yeah.
so I have a full baker's rack, and that like you need the fan for. So I see where you're starting from like start to finish. But definitely when it comes to writing or character faces where you need to move, like, because characters, as we all know here, if you're not a cookier, welcome, but characters take a really long time. So to move from one step to another as far as the faces go, it has drastically cut my time down, which I'm so thankful for. And I love my dehydrator for samples because I use extra dough that no one's going to eat. So then I just keep putting them in there. And
well, and I saw somebody said they wish their dehydrator came with a timer. That's actually really clever too. Guys, we're just coming up with all kinds of cookie chat inventions.
Right? Look at us. We got new stencil screens and all that.
I know. I use the Cabela's. I think it's a 10 tray. And is that what you have?
I don't have the Cabela's one. When I purchased my dehydrator was always sold out. So I got one, of course, on like Amazon because it's the only place I seem to shop. But I think mine is a 7 or 8 tray, and I take out every other one so that there's more airflow. Yes,
I do too.
Yes,
I do too, and I haven't. Oh, they have a timer. Okay, I haven't.
Mine does have a timer.
I haven't had an issue with my cookies drying out. Again, I make it very, very, very soft.
So do I.
So, but I have never been worried about the drying out factor.
If you watched my Christmas cookie challenge, I got told that it's like eating cookie dough. So my cookie is definitely soft.
Okay, so we have what, 17 minutes?
Oh my goodness, we're probably gonna have to go live for 15 on the next one.
I know. I think Cabela's.
Yeah, see, mine has a timer, and I got mine on Amazon, so you can set for it.
That's it. I'm telling my husband we need to move the Alexa. We don't use the Alexa in the living room anymore. I was like, I need to move that in here just so that I can, just an easy timer, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I have one sitting right there. We have one almost in every room.
Yeah. Technology, guys. It's the best.
Do you want to hit any of the other ones on here?
Somebody did say the color powders.
Oh yes.
I don't use them like all the time, but they are really nice for painting sometimes for like a really vibrant color. The one thing that I have an issue with the powders is you have to mix them with water for them to activate. And I feel like that's just not the way that I like to do. Like, I don't want to water my icing down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. When you use those powders, because I'm getting into, obviously, as we were just talking about painting, I was like, does this get mixed with vodka? Is this a water base?
Yeah,
like,
you mix it with vodka. You mix it with vodka just like you do. Sorry, I got distracted by my arm.
Focus.
Yes.
Focus, Ben.
Yeah. Yes, you mix it with Everclear. And you do, sometimes they can be a little bit grainy. I don't know. You have to mess with them just like anything else. Yeah.
Separation happens. Yes.
They're fantastic. The black is so worth it.
I just got that. I haven't tried it yet. I'm using
the black is so worth it. I do still mix in a tiny bit of Amaramis black too, but it's so worth it because like you don't want that bitter taste with the black.
Yes.
You have to mix in too much. Somebody else asked too about
color bleed.
Yeah, about color bleed. I don't have an issue with the color bleed, and I think that some of that is the dehydrator.
I've been told it's the moisture in the air. So if you live in a very humid place, because it's not drying in time, it just tends to spread.
Yeah.
But I mean, I live in Arizona, so we're known for dry heat.
Yeah.
So sorry.
We have a dehumidifier. We have a dehumidifier running upstairs all the time, and yeah, it's the dehumid. I've heard, and who is it? Oh, I forget who it was that said this. Oh, Sift and Swirl. Sift and Swirl. She was like, I feel like the magic combo for me became the dehumidifier and the dehydrator.
That makes sense.
It just balanced everything out. Do I paint with gel color or airbrush color? I do a little bit of both. It depends on what I'm going for. The more that you mess around with stuff, the more that you realize certain gel colors will not show up the way that they do in icing. So for instance, brown, your warm brown and your chocolate browns, they don't really like to be used as paints. I tend to use ivory if I'm going for a brown, and then if I want it deeper, I will use the Amara Mist. Or if I'm doing fine lines or like eye details, I use black Amara Mist, or I will go with like straight into the gel, and I won't water it down at all sometimes. Yes. And also red. Red, you kind of either have to use a powder or use your Amara Mist, because the reds in the gel forms, they don't tend to look like red.
And there's so many different reds: super red, red, coral red, red.
Red's really hard when you're going for painting.
Yeah, so I could see that. Yeah, 100%. One other one that I wanted to touch on real quick, I'll just list the other ones. We had somebody purchased a commercial oven, so bless you, because that is a big purchase. Yeah. A cookie bridge. I don't have one of those because I am short and I stack my trays, so couldn't imagine. But I think a big one that all of us can relate to, purchasing cookie cutters that are the wrong size.
Why is it so hard?
I have a fun, when I get cookie cutters, I'll hold them up and I was like, babe, this one's 3.5 inches and this one. He's like, there's no way. There's no way. I'm like, I feel like it's like women's jean size. Like a size 7 in jeans is not a size 7.
Here's the other thing we need to do is create a gridded guide that like all cookie cutter people need to use as like their background for their cookie cutters. Why don't they set them on grids that show the actual inches?
Pour Some Sugar's cutters, I believe, does, and she has a really cool feature. If you don't know this, and you are purchasing from her or anything, so when you click next on her pictures, like how it shows you like the picture of the cutter and then it decorated, you go to her last page, you can print that page and it will print the actual size of the cutter on your page. Okay. So it will save you so much measurement time. She seems to be one of the ones that it's clear as day. When I order, I'm like, that's the size I was going to get.
That's good to know.
So, yes. But no, everyone has a different. So I definitely agree on that. But
that one's frustrating.
Yeah. So we've come to our last category. You want to kick it off?
Q&As.
Yes.
Should we see if anybody wants to join live for a Q&A?
Sure. If you guys have questions for us or anything,
who was that cutter shop again?
Pour Some Sugar Cutters. Her name is Chris Ann.
Stuff.
Yes.
How did we meet? And when is the podcast coming?
Do you guys like to listen to us talk? Because we could just we will keep you entertained for like 2.5 hours while cooking.
I know. So we actually met, if you guys don't know, the Cookie Lady's daughter, Veronica, I feel like she kind of introduced us because she reached out to me. Gosh, how long ago was that? A couple years ago?
No, it was, we did it last year because I moved into the house. So we did the cookie room tours.
Okay. So they did the cookie room tours and Chelsea was hosting that. And Veronica knew that I don't mind showing my face. So yeah, she reached out to me and that's how you and I kind of connected at that point. And then, I don't know, well, you reached out to me about wanting to spitball some business ideas and stuff that you had and get my input. And then that's when we both basically said the same thing of I want to do this thingy. As far as podcast, we're looking into it, guys. Tell us what you guys prefer. Would you guys prefer to be listening to something like a podcast? And we may still also do a visual version of it, but just this way, you've got your Instagram free to be, doing things that you need to.
Right. That way you guys can just walk away listening, or you can come see our faces and these wonderful facial expressions we make.
Yeah. Is that something? Let us know if that's something you guys are interested in. And, we'll definitely still be a weekly thing, but also just as Chelsea and I's lives get crazier and crazier, just, cookie season is upon us.
Right. And then we don't get cut off at an hour because who
I
has
know.
life that's only an hour? No,
Yes.
we don't do anything. I'd rather see your face. Oh, thank you, May.
Aw, thanks, May. Well, you would still be able to see our faces. We would
Right.
still make that available for sure. And we would still come and do like some different live stuff. But again, we're just spitballing here, people.
You hear all our ideas. We got a million things. We're patenting all this. I can't even talk now. I want to ask you one of the questions which is also a little get to know you on this. My absolute favorite TV show of all time, number one, is Friends. Number one. Let me know if you like Friends.
I do love Friends. Of course I love Friends. Oh, I get where you're going with this.
Were Ross and Rachel on a break? That was a question sent in, and this person, I was like, you know me.
Of course they were.
Yes. I think they were on a break.
If you watch the Friends reunion, they even all agreed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was no way.
Did Ross and Rachel's, actual real-life chemistry blow your mind?
Oh, my gosh. No, the reunion, I cried. I legitimately cried. I was like, if they would have ended up together, there would have been no Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. So, no.
The reunion was really great. We loved that.
Oh, my goodness. True Crime Podcast. Who was it? I want to know. Because that's my jam. I love True Crime Podcast. Which, by the way, did I tell you that my reel audio got
Yes.
You guys, my reel on my main page was like my best reel engagement and everything. And Instagram notified me this weekend that because it talked about murder, that they yeeted it out of my platform. So now I have a reel without audio.
Well, okay, so this is what I wonder, when I record stories and I don't actually say curse words, but it thinks I say curse words, it bleeps me. But then, there are plenty of music choices and real choices that have curse words in it.
Right. Yes.
So, yeah.
Morbid. I don't know that one. I'm going to have to go look. You got to send me that.
I think that I want to say I listened to that one. Oh, have you guys, my parents were telling me, so you've done Dear John, right?
Wait, what?
Oh, Dirty John. Dirty John? Dirty John. The podcast?
No.
What? Isn't it called Dirty John, guys?
I don't know.
There's a new one. Yeah. About the doctor. He wasn't really a doctor. And then there was a whole, they did a scripted TV show, Dirty John. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. No, I got to look into this. No, I've never heard of this.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Dirty John. Did you guys know that there's a Dirty Betty now?
Dr. Death. Oh my
Dr.
gosh.
Death is good too.
I had to listen to these. I just listened to the criminal side of it and the prosecution and court cases. Well, so
we want to create more lists for you guys. So podcast list is going to be one of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast, Spotify, lists, things
you guys that are on here, do you when you listen to music, do you listen through Spotify or are you more of the Pandora person?
I do Pandora.
I do too. And everyone, I feel like when they send me music, it's on Spotify. I'm like, girl.
I know, because I think Spotify, you can get exactly the song that you want or something. But I like a rotation of things. Oh, that brings me to one of our questions.
Yeah.
What music genre do you think people think that you listen to, and what do you actually listen to?
So I did this question one time on a Get to Know Me.
I remember that.
Yeah, so many people. I did genre and then I did singer. So if I just ask the device right here, I'm not gonna say her name. We'll call her Betty. If I ask Betty to play me an artist,
yeah,
I go to Peeves. So I always say play Justin Bieber. And
that's a good chill vibe though.
Yeah, I love his acoustic versions, all that, Bieber Fever, all up in here.
He's very talented.
He is, and I think it's because as growing up, he was also, one of the first people to start from social media fame. So I feel like that was a lot of people. That one, it's a real cross between Biebs and Drake.
Okay, I don't get the Drake thing.
I don't think Drake is cute or anything, but
well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think
music
people are always shocked with that one. But my genre, hands down, is country. Hands down. I can listen to country all day.
Me too. I was born and raised, and I listen to that in the car a lot because with girls, like it's more appropriate, I feel like, than a lot of the other genres. But as far as, I feel like people probably assume I listen to country. And I do.
That assumption is correct.
But what they maybe don't think that I listen to, I am a huge fan of like Motown music.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I was a choir kid. I was a musical theater kid. So there's a lot of like that in that world. And I love Motown. I mean, 60s is just like one of the best eras of music, in my opinion.
Yeah. I love jazz too. I think that's something that I just find it so relaxing. And if you didn't know, Melissa and I both grew up dancing. So I think there's a bigger appreciation for music genres. Like I can kind of identify with every genre in a different way, but it just opens your eyes to those. Country or 70s, 80s, I understand the words, not the... Yes, I agree with that. My husband's like rap genius. We did a date night one time, which was really fun. And it was like you each had a little buzzer. And then they would play like the first clip of a song was one of the categories. And you had to buzz in and know the artist and the like name of the song. And I was killing 90s pop. I'm like, Justin Bieber.
See, that is so Mike's thing. Like anytime that there is a trivia, that man, good Lord, especially with like movies and actors. We did a cruise one time and my parents were like, Mike, you're on our team. Between him and my dad, it's like they were in all of it.
That's hilarious. Was there any other you want to pull some more questions? Wait, you guys, this is gonna give us a minute. So of course are you good, Melissa, to start over another one? She's like,
yes, I am.
All right, you guys, you know the drill. We're going to have to end this one, and because Instagram doesn't like us talking for longer than an hour. So we're going to go back live. Give me a minute to get it uploaded.
You there.
Yes, and we're going to pop back over. So just join our next live, and that's when we're going to have you guys come live with us too, and we'll answer a few more of your Q&As and share some wonderful stories.
Yay.
So we'll be back after this commercial break. It's back.
Hi.
You're back. I'm like,
back.
no.
Oh my goodness. Now.
Oh, and she's gone. Ooh, that's like the reel. We should make a reel editing this. Like that snap one. How are you guys doing with reels, by the way? Are you loving them? Are you struggling? What are you guys thinking? I feel like it's on Mean Girls, and she's like, what are the cool hip things? What are you guys talking about? But let us know. All right, let's see if we can get Melissa back on up in here so we can continue on. I'm loving them too. I do agree with that. I am a Reels watcher. I just broke down and got TikTok here within the past like month or two. I never felt so old. You are not old. Fun to come up with unique content. Maybe when it's so they are very time consuming. I'm just struggling the time. Yes, it's the time. You can do them. You can. I will 100% give you guys some advice on that, unsolicited advice, but maybe it will help you guys on it, is if you can batch, meaning block out like an hour or two and just film them back to back, because you can save them in your drafts. Then that way you can go pull them at any time. So it's always good. Those have been bumming me out. Some of them only get 12 views, not even likes. You know what? Okay, so I'll let you in on this. A reel isn't like a picture in the sense that we get the instant gratification on it. A real life, it sounds so weird to say, but a reel's life is actually 3 weeks. So you will see your most engagement after the 3-week mark. Isn't that strange? I wonder if it's something with it. Let me see. Melissa, I'll send it to you again. Oh, there you go. I was like,
Oh my goodness.
Stay. Don't poof be on us.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Some doings.
We're just talking about reels, and
I was seeing it.
yes.
So reels have a life of 3 weeks? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, after 3 weeks is when, like, they say if you don't, not viral, but your engagement on it, if you don't see it right away, that's normal for them. You'll typically see it within that 3 week span. It will grow.
Okay.
I watched some cheese tour, and honestly, I would have never figured out what that. Girl, look at that! You're helping.
Woo!
Yes.
You're so welcome.
We love our reels. If you can't tell, if you didn't see our reel from today, we're having a good day. So
your reel got 20,000 views.
Look at you. That's amazing. What was that reel?
I need to go check out that reel.
Yeah. Let us know.
Sweetie's Bakery. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out.
That is amazing. That is a viral reel. So you really hit it.
Yeah.
Dang, you hit the nose on the head. Or head, whatever that's saying.
Nail
on the head. Nose.
Nail
oh my gosh.
There you go.
I'm not even drinking either. All right. You want to pick another question? We'll do a few more.
Or if anybody has questions for us and wants to go live.
Yeah, send them on in.
No. Let's see. What else do we have? I had to move because my phone was going to run out of battery. I had to plug it in.
I got so many cords. I should take a picture of this setup. My poor husband, I've taken over his desk.
What orders do you really dislike, Chelsea?
LOL dolls. It's on the top of the list. I would say it's more logo character cookies are not my favorite because they can go south real quick.
Yeah.
And they're very specific look where you can like mess with, there's a fly, sorry, as I'm swatting the air. You can mess with like florals and just add things to fill in, but a character, like you mess up the eyes, you're like, and this character is gone. So yeah, not only got 4,000, that's amazing. That means 4,000 people saw it. Like if 4,000 people walked in the door at a store and said hi to you, that's amazing.
Yeah. And are you guys noticing like more follows from doing?
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Because sometimes some reels won't get that much like likes or comments or anything, but you'll get like a bunch of follows that day or something.
Mm-hmm. Right. That is correct. Do you have any tattoos, Miss Melissa?
I do. Let me see if I can like politely show you.
Politely.
Can you see it?
What does it say?
So
what is it?
It's an E for Elise and V for Vivian. So our 2 daughters.
Oh, very cute.
That's all I got. So Elise is actually named after our favorite wine.
I love that.
So Mike actually has like the logo of Elise. That's why we spell it ELYSE, because that's how the wine is spelled. So yeah. So that's the actual like E from the logo.
That's so cute. I love that.
I was not sure where that was going.
You never hold on, guys.
How about you, Charles? I know you do.
I do. I have. Oh my goodness! I probably should have done this before. A 6.
Dang, girl.
I know. The fun thing is, all of mine are covered because I worked in corporate America at the bank. So, this one is obviously the one that gets showed the most.
Roman numerals. The kids' birthdays.
They're important dates in our life. Yeah. So, those ones, I have a cross on the back of my neck. I have my ribs done. It has a quote and it says, "Believe in the beauty of love." I have a butterfly flying up my back on my side.
Because
what?
Because why not?
Right. Well, that one was my first one. So that one was a lot of fun, but it was my biggest. And I was like, yeah, I'm scaling back. I have faith on my foot. And then I also have Hebrews 11:1. So.
What is that one?
Faith is being certain of what you hope for and sure of what you do not see.
Oh.
Yes. So just believe in it and it will come. But
yes.
Yeah. Are you guys, let us know if you have any tattoos. How many tattoos do you have? Are you like 1 Melissa or are you like Chelsea level 6?
There you go. I always said in another life, I would have like had I gone like the music route or something like that, I would have had like dreadlocks and like sleeve tattoos.
I always have thought about like a sleeve, just like a really classy, cute.
I just, yeah, like there's definitely like, I can appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
Court
7C, outdoing me.
Mike has, and he's always tried to do the corporate thing. So he has it to like about here. Yeah. And I know, like, we keep being like, can we take it down? Can we take it down more?
It's always changing. I had my nose pierced prior, went into corporate, couldn't have my nose pierced because they're not all about the facial piercings. So I got mine redone when I checked with my HR team, and my HR team said it was amazing. So
there you go.
Yes. I have two in one another. I have one on my lower stomach hip bone. That was sucker, doesn't even look like it didn't. My butterfly's got some more detail to it, so don't worry. Love that.
Real quick, Simply Sweet Caroline's asked, how do you get edible marker to stay, I think she means stay put. It always bleeds. I'm working on an order right now, so I need help. I have not, I'm trying to think. I maybe did have like a little bit of spidering around an edible marker. I think just because something wasn't dry enough. With edible marker, you want to make sure that it is dry. You could maybe try changing over to a fine tip paintbrush and a Ameramist, like black Ameramist. Let us know what it is that you're working on exactly. But that's kind of how I go. If a cookie's not totally dry, but I want to like get the detailing done, I'll use a fine tip black paintbrush or black Ameramist.
If it is done right when the ink is not smearing any longer, hit it with some cornstarch, like in a paintbrush, and that will absorb any of the extra so that it will help it not bleed, and it also will help it not transfer to your bags as you bag them. So yeah. If you guys want to join us, request live for any questions or comments. Medicare cards, a lot of small writing. I'm using rainbow dust. See, I use rainbow dust too. I feel like sometimes on the rainbow dust, like certain markers have more ink in them.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the tweets.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I haven't been able to get those. The time you all posted them, they were sold out.
Yeah, she sells out a lot, but those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have a question at the bottom.
Somebody come join with us.
We have a question. What do you offer a business for you to set up a pop-up?
Oh, have you done that?
I have not done a pop-up. No, pop-up shops are not. I mean, I do, but I've done it like only at our house. But I've never done it with the business. Have you?
So yes. So what I did was I did it for Christmas, and I did it at like a home boutique store. That also sells like a lot of gifting stuff. So I want to make sure it was something where like we could highlight their products. So like they sold mugs. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do some cookies that can go with a mug and stuff like that. So I did not ask them up front, hey, do you need a percentage or anything? They were excited to have me. So I did not broach that topic. And they didn't ask. So
wow, no. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Exactly. What I did though was tell them, hey, look, I have a large database of customers who are going to order Christmas cookies, and I'm only going to offer like 25% of what I can actually make as pre-sales. So it was twofold. When they were picking up their pre-sales, the pickup was at that store's location.
Oh, okay.
So I was driving people to their store in that way, and that my customers had to pick up from their store. And then also, if I sold out of those pre-sales online and people wanted Christmas cookies, they had to come to the pop-up at that store to get them.
Oh, that's a good.
And a bunch of people did. So, because people have their heart set on cookies at Christmas.
Yes.
You know? So that's what I did. Obviously, I was like shouting them out on my social media and my email list. But some places they might want a kickback. You know, and that's up to you. I think you have to take that into account with your pricing if they are going to want a kickback at all.
Yes. Let's see. What policies do you have in place that have been lifesaver?
Do you have an answer immediately?
I do, but go ahead. Do you have one, or do you want me to answer and then?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a lifesaver. It's more so like I put something into place after a bad customer situation to prevent a bad situation in the future.
I feel like that's where a lot of policies are created when you have such a negative experience. You're like, I need something so I'm not stuck in this again.
Yeah. I basically had somebody rush an order and then basically ghost me for like 3 days past that order. So I then did not give them like because they were rushing it, we had to cut the order down a little bit. And I didn't give them money back on that because I was like, well, no, I could have completed the entire order in the time that you rushed it for. So I now have a policy of basically if they don't pick up within like 24 hours of our agreed upon date, then you could be charged a fee.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
We have how do you deal with family and friend discounts?
You didn't answer the policy thing.
Oh, I'll answer the policy and we'll go to that. So policy, I will say again, comes all from learning ears. I will say one of my best ones would probably have to be the way I now like confirm the orders. Everything is just, I put it all up front. So there's no confusion. They have an expectation. I have set drafts saved, like, and I just copy and paste. So when I confirm an order, I have lingo that I just copy over saying your order is confirmed. Here's the next step. Here's what to expect. This is when payment is due. This is when you're going to get all the pickup. Like it just lays it out there for them. And then when I do like my confirmations and stuff in my invoice, I have put an entire policy. I have a different type of pickup that most people I think do. So I put my pickup instructions in there as well as I'm a home-based bakery. Please respect my time. This is mine and my family's. It's not an open door policy. If you don't pick, like it again spells it out. I found that if you just put it out there, like these are my expectations. It's almost like dating. Like this is what I expect from you and this is what you should expect from me. Yeah. I feel like there's been a lot less back and forth on emails, which I still get people saying, hey, I never got the pickup information. I'm like, please refer back to your invoice. Yeah. So it just puts everything there. So I would say definitely those.
Another thing that I started doing this last time around, I used to send, because I don't have very like black and white pricing. Like I have ranges of where mine is, but I do make it fairly specific, especially because cakes can be involved. Yeah. And this time around, if it's repeat clients, which a large percentage of my customers are, I'm going to go ahead and send the retainer request like via Venmo or Zelle when I'm sending them the quote versus being like, let me know if you have questions and send an invoice. Because I feel like it just makes it easy. And then I say, like, I've gone ahead and sent you a request. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if anything doesn't look right, let me know. But literally 100% of the times that I've done that, they just
book and go. Oh, that's good.
And put the payment through. So that's been helpful to not like have to chase down orders. And it's just kind of a nod to me of like, okay, yeah, we're good to go on exactly what you suggested.
Right. I shifted mine, I would say, with COVID hitting because of the world being so up and down that now, and I put that in there, is the world is still a crazy place and I just want to confirm. So I did see somebody asked creations by Kessler. As far as the verbiage on it, we're going to do an episode about like booking your customers and everything as far as that correspondence. So we will definitely include that in there, but I would love to share because it took me a while to finally get one that I'm like, this works. So we would love to help you. But,
and also if Chelsea and I just discovered them, so don't feel like you're out of the loop on this, but they are presenting at CookieCon.
Oh, yes.
Sugar Cookie Marketing. They're big on Facebook. They're really big on Facebook, but they also have a podcast, and it's specifically about like, it's very like price driven and very like marketing driven. Right. So a lot of stuff that we touch on, but they are like really like diving into this, and I want to say that they have a resource that they actually give you copy blurbs.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, you love sugar. I just got into them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I wish I had
twins. Yes.
Yes, I did join the Facebook group. So you guys should definitely join the Facebook group. And yeah, but they have tons of copy blurb stuff, and it'll help you a lot with like, especially on the episode I was listening to today about how to ask for the sale, basically, which I'm always a proponent of. Like, don't let things be wishy-washy. Just be like, what are your concerns? How can we solve it? Sort of thing, like asking for the sale. Okay, for everybody who like listens to them and knows them better than I do, Chelsea and we like understood, and we're like, oh my gosh, are we doing the exact same thing that they're already doing?
We had that panic, you guys. The ones that we all have, like, am I a fraud? Did I just discover this world I didn't know existed?
I know. So I feel like we're a little bit different. Like we do cover some of those things, but it's also just like, yes, the group is called Sugar Cookie Marketing.
Yes.
So join on Facebook. But let us know if we're like exactly the same.
We gotta find our own little niche of it.
Okay, good. Simply Sweet Caroline says no, it's different. Okay.
Good. Okay.
Cool.
Oh wait, we have a question here. Well, let's answer the question about the friends and family discounts. Yes. And then we'll go to the next question. Somebody sent one in.
No, you start this because I'm really bad about this.
I do have friend and family discount. However, it has changed as I've grown. A lot of times when I first started and I had my lower pricing because I was learning, I kept friends and family at that part, or that I should say price. And then I grew my other customers, but then I was like, okay, you guys have to catch up. So how I kind of approach it, again, and I'm talking family, like my siblings or in-laws in that sense. A lot of times as birthday gifts to like my cousins or whatever, niece, nephew type thing, I'll just say as my gift, I'll do 2 dozen cookies.
Yeah.
Or if it's like kind of cousin-esque is hosting something, I'll say I'll gift 1 dozen and then your price would be X, Y, and Z. So then that way, if they're like, I want 4 dozen, I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you 1 and then you can pay for the 3. Yeah. So that's how I've grown to approach it in that sense. And that is only for immediate family. Others, I gotta make a living too, guys. So moved up on that. But I might not have the most conventional approach on it. So Melissa, what is yours?
I think everybody needs to do what's right for them. I know plenty of people that it is just easier for them, especially people with huge families. It is much easier for them right up front to be like, I don't do friends and family discount. And I honestly totally respect that. For me, I'm part-time and I do cookies honestly for the love of it. Yes, I make money.
Sorry, the question.
Yeah, this is why I'm like, I'm a bad person to be answering this question. So, I do them for free for like my niece's birthday and sometimes for friends. What I've started.
Well, was like you tell me you want cookies.
Oh no. But granted, like if I don't have time, if their birthday's in like December, I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, like I can't. But like my niece's birthday was around Easter, and Easter's one of, I don't know why, but like Easter's probably my second busiest holiday.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy, and I love like Easter designs. Like pastel world is like, ugh, thank you. So I just love this. And my sister was like, well, I wasn't going to ask you to do, like, I'm not going to ask you to do a cake. And I was like, how dare you? Like, I will not be showing up at my niece's birthday.
Right.
With a cake that is store-bought. No. So,
right.
like, I'll make it happen for those. But what I've started getting into more so for, like, close friends is I will charge them just my base. Mm-hmm. But then I'll go all out. Like, right. You know, I'll charge them like the $70 base, but I'll do like $100 cookies or something.
Yeah,
you know?
That makes sense. I will say, I got, going back to like to a funny story because we're just sharing, is I've actually had somebody email me and say, hi, I'm your cousin.
Yes, you told me this.
And I was like, I mean, I have a pretty big family, but not like that big. So I was like, yeah. Okay, my husband has a huge family. Like, everybody is their cousin. So I called him and I was like, is this person saying, like, you're their cousin? And maybe I am? He's like, I don't know. So I literally had to call his family. I'm like, who is this? And no one knew who this person is, but they emailed me and said, I'm your cousin. Can I please go ahead and get my friends and family discount? It's like,
that's so
don't know you. So I also had somebody say they were best friends with my mother-in-law and gave me an entire spiel, which it was so sweet, about she has raved about you and I've been friends with her for so long. I need to support her family, blah, blah, blah. Just the kindest lady. Yeah. But she kept referring to my mother-in-law. We'll say her name was like, I don't know, we're going to go with Alabama because I've been watching Travis Barker stuff all day.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, your mother-in-law, Alabama. It's like, that's not my mother-in-law. So I had to email her and say, I don't know who that is, but that's not my family. So,
what do you guys do? Vicky, I saw that you just joined. Hi, Vicky.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Vicky, do you do a friends and family discount? Do you offer that? Let us know. You'll tell us the truth.
We have another question that came in.
Yeah, I was cracking up at that. Is it Camian? Camian, maybe? Oh, that's the other question.
Go ahead.
Camian asked, is it okay to charge your mother-in-law?
That's what I was dying laughing when you were talking. I was like, yeah.
Okay, so Vicky said she does not give a friends and family discount. See, some people are very like upfront from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends. Camian. Camian. Is it appropriate to try? I mean, I think that's fine.
If I want to gift it, then I do. See? I'm with you, girl.
Okay, so Camian, would the mother-in-law know it's a rush fee, or can you just give her an overall fee for the cookies?
And build it into your price.
Yeah, just build it in. Be like, they're really intense cookies.
So we have a question. Do y'all use Square to take payment? And if so, do you add a percentage to it for their fees? I've not used mine yet.
I did it my pop-up. And I actually think I do for my pre-sales through my website that goes through Square. No, I don't charge extra for it. I just associate that as part of a business expense.
Yep, I agree with that. I don't use Square. I use PayPal for my invoicing on my custom orders. And then my website is linked through PayPal and Shopify. Yeah. So I have two processors through my website. They each just operate differently. And it's what I had my website built, so the company did that for me because I am not tech savvy that way. So let's see. I think I don't offer friends and family. I want to give something I don't like. Yes. I think gifting is always, and people understand that, and they'll take a gift. And then I feel like the design is kind of in your ballpark. You get to choose how detailed, not detailed. If you're fitting it in, that way you're not. But I do like you charge them the base, so then whatever they get from there is
my
additional.
mom recently ordered cookies from me for a friend, And I'm like, Mom, just pay for the shipping. And she's like, no, I'm paying for you. I was like, well, if you were a paying customer, this is how much it would be. And she was like, oh my God.
Okay, I will say
like, well, I'm not going to pay that.
Yeah. The only people I do cookies for free, and it's not a gift, are my mom and dad, because it's my mom and dad. But it's always if I can fit it in, and they understand that. So
yeah.
But I love that. Oh gosh, your good old mom. I love it.
Okay,
but all right, guys.
We need to share. I feel like we need to share our bakes of the week.
Oh yes. Let's get to that, you guys.
Bakes of the week.
Oh wait, we had one more question come in. One question.
Will anybody join us live? Come on.
Okay, what do you do for friends and family that get offended when they don't get gifted cookies? People, hold on. I lost it now. Let me see if I can click it and get it. Okay. People are coming to expect it from me and are disappointed if I don't gift them for free.
Okay, I would like to know what those people do as their professions. And then I would like to ask for those things for free.
Yeah, my husband will come out, and it's always on baking days. Babe, if you're watching this, I love you. But he will come out and be like, after baking, hey, can you make me homemade oatmeal cookies? Can you make me chocolate chip cookies? I'm like, do you want to do, he works with numbers and account. And I'm like, do you want to do my spreadsheets? Do you want, he's like, no. I'm like, then no, I don't want to bake right now. So unless you're going to pay me, get in line. I'm kidding. I don't make him pay. But no, that's very true answer is, do you expect to work for free? Then
I know.
And oh my gosh, screw them. That's what she said, Vicky.
that's Vicky.
Yes.
I always feel like I feel guilty when I don't give the teachers cookies because I feel like they get excited for it. They're like, oh, but I'll be like so overloaded, or I'm just like, I give you cookies every time. Like I feel like I should give you something else, you know?
Yeah. A good thing with teachers though is if you do your samples, like make those ones actually edible and freeze them. And then you just always have them on hand. So
I actually always put order form. I buy cookies, like I have a special code that is free, and I actually have to fill out an order form for myself, or it won't happen.
You use the Google Doc forms, right? When you do orders?
No, no, I use WordPress. I have a WordPress.
Okay, so it has it. It tracks it for you.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. What is this? Oh, QNet. Never mind. Sorry. I thought somebody wanted to go live with us. But
Vicky, what are you doing? Go live with us.
Come on, girl.
Here.
Just kidding.
Okay. Are you ready? Bake of the week.
Yes. Bake of the week. Bake of the week.
Oh, we should talk about that. I'm sad I missed the beginning of the live. Well, Vicky, you can make up for it by coming on.
We're highly entertaining.
Okay. All right. I'm turning my little light off. Okay. Here is Chelsea's.
Yes, mine. Isn't that so cute, you guys? I want a cookie and ice cream cart. Like,
so cute.
We'll post them on the grid so you guys can see them more clearly. But I just thought this was so darling.
And this is a modern cookie.
I love it. Yes. She's an Arizona native. She's my homegirl. She posted this, and I was like, can somebody have an ice cream theme? Because the detail in
I
that
actually have a couple.
You do?
I do. Well, our daughter, who she keeps being like, oh, I'm going to make it this theme. And I'm like, no, you're not. It's going to be
Don't
ice
you
cream.
love that? We kind of like dictate our kids' birthdays on like, I want to do this cookie theme.
I love all the detail. She even has like all the little syrups and stuff.
I know. I agree. She is so sweet. If you are not following A Modern Cookie, go follow her. She is so kind. Love her.
Okay. All right. Are we ready for mine? Let me find mine. Oh,
Dermal? Just kidding.
I'm clicking on you. Okay. Mine is Fancy Yancy. Did you guys see these ones?
Oh, they're so precious.
I thought this was so cute.
So cute.
Vicky. Okay, so my favorite thing about this is the little scrunchies that she put on like the little buns. I just thought that was cute. And I loved how she did the ones too.
I love that touch, like the flat artwork cookie with then just some royal icing.
Yes,
You're right.
I know. I might take a nod from that for these frozen cookies because y'all,
I'm literally like
late.
Love it. I love it. So pretty.
Those are our bakes of the week.
Wonderful. I know we need to coin that bakes of the week.
Or is that stealing from the Adams family?
Like, don't copyright strike us for music, because. All right. Well, you guys, we have kept you on here for an hour and a half. We said it was going to be a quick one. And of course, this is quick in our world. So maybe this is why we need a podcast.
But we got work to do, too.
We do. I gotta go, I hear my husband nail gunning things to the wall. So I gotta go supervise this.
I usually hear cursing along with mine when I hear a nail gun.
Well, I told him, I was like, leave the compressor outside. I don't need people being like, what's going on at your house? It's like the our wonderful t-shirt, Krista.
Yeah.
She posted a reel the other day. It was like when you're cooking and the husband's watching the kids and you hear everything like crashing and banging. I was like, such truth. Yeah.
I showed that to Mike because he's always worked out of the house, and it's true. Like, the girls will just be screaming, and I'm like, look, man, I have to go to the bathroom at some point.
I love it.
And I haven't.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for spending time with us, for joining us on a Wednesday. I mean, this was our first Wind Down Wednesday. Let us know below.
Do you guys like this? I love
it. It was nice just to chit chat, and I haven't seen my friend. I mean, she was on vacation, and you guys, yes, I sent her, you saw our post on the million voice messages, but still, I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh,
I'm meeting.
We know what our topic is next week.
Oh, yes. Do you want to share it?
Yeah. So, guys, we are going to be deep diving into pricing, how to figure out your pricing, kind of like different ways that different people do pricing, and also how to grow your clientele, how to grow your clients.
To lock those customers in, get the sales. Definitely. So pay attention in the stories this week. We'll be asking you guys questions. Yes, pricing. It's always like, it's the he who must not be named of cooking.
No, man. It's just a free for all out here. We're all like, I don't know. Does this sound good? Okay.
Right. But, well, you guys, again, thank you so much for joining us. We sincerely appreciate you taking your time and allowing us into your homes and to be a part of your night. But, well, I am Chelsea with Rolling in the Dough AZ.
I'm Melissa with Missy P Sweets. May your cakes never be dry.
And your cookies be shiny and creator free. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Good night.
Bye.